What's going on, everybody? Sometimes it takes a little while before you know exactly how you feel about getting something. I've had this Honda Rebel 500 for just over 2 years and have enjoyed every single minute of it. So today I am going over the 3 things that I like about my 2021 Honda Rebel 500. Welcome back to the Evergreen Motovlogs channel. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Let's hop on the Rebel 500 and get into today's video. Alrighty, toss a leg on over the old motorcycle. Always good to make sure you're practicing your slow speed maneuvers. Scoop. That looks like glass. Hopefully I don't wreck a tire. Alright, let's go. So like I said, welcome back to the Evergreen Motovlogs channel. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping on by. Consider hitting the subscribe button. I've got tons of motorcycle content both on the channel and headed your way, so smash the notification bell for future uploads and or live streams. Either way, thank you so much for stopping on by and welcome. Today's video, like I said, is going to be the 3 things that I like about the Honda Rebel 500. And honestly, I probably have more than 3 things, but I had to boil it down. If you're looking for more of an in-depth video on my thoughts about the Rebel 500, go ahead and check out my review video linked on up here, as well as just other videos on my channel. I got tons of videos talking about this motorcycle that I've really had a chance to enjoy for a while now. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and slow on down here so I don't miss my turn and get into number 1. The first thing that I really like about the Honda Rebel 500 is kind of a 2-part piece, and it really comes down to how comfortable this motorcycle is and how this motorcycle looks. Comfort and style, definitely huge things with the Rebel 500. I mean, if you look at it, it has that kind of traditional cruiser look, but I just think it looks super awesome. You know, definitely stripped down, has a great look, you know, takes really great photographs. If you like pictures of the Rebel 500, check out my Instagram. I try to post some cool pictures up there for everyone to check out. But yeah, it looks awesome. That was one of the things that first drew me to getting the bike in the first place. And then when I went to the Honda dealership and sat down on the bike, it was so comfortable. It fit me perfectly, you know? And I think that works for a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people out there that are new riders that are intimidated by larger bikes. And the Rebel 500 is a little bit smaller. Being able to just sit on the bike and feel fully comfortable, being able to flat foot it is huge. And I can flat foot it, plus have a little bit of a bend in my knees. I'm 5'9" on a good day. It's definitely very comfortable. The reach for the bars is great. There's no, like, you're not stretching way out. There's no, like, weird leaning over or anything like that. And a lot of that's going to be because this bike's a cruiser. But I really think it's extremely comfortable and it looks awesome. So yeah, definitely the first thing that I really like about the Rebel 500 is the comfort and the style. So it's a 2-parter. You get a 2-for-1 deal on number 1. Talking about being a new rider, reason number 2 why I like the Honda Rebel 500 is because I really think it's an easy motorcycle to learn on. Even though it's a 500, I feel like it's extremely forgiving, and again, with the size of the bike, with the maneuverability that it has, for me, it's been an extremely easy bike to learn how to ride on. I really haven't felt like, you know, as I've been learning, and as I was learning, especially when I was just starting out, that this motorcycle was too much for me, or too big, or gonna have any issues or anything like that. I really did feel like it was something that I could go easy on in the beginning and practice my slow speed maneuvers in parking lots. Actually, the parking lot I just came from was the very first place I rode the Rebel 500. I rode to that parking lot from my house, and then I did a bunch of circles and figure eights and, you know, all that kind of stuff before I got comfortable and built up the courage enough to go to the next parking lot that's farther away. That was a lot of when I first started riding, was kind of going back and forth between parking lots. I'm like, all right, I'm going to make it to this one and then practice a little bit, and then I'm going to head back over to this other one and then practice a little bit more. So definitely felt like it was super easy. The clutch, super forgiving. The friction zone is really easy to reach, and then I think it's really forgiving. You have a lot of space and room there. And it's a 500, so it's a bike that I think is going to last past a traditional beginner bike, right? Some of those more 200 or 300cc bikes, because you can definitely get on it, take it to its full potential. But the power band is really linear, and I feel like the gearing is really well designed for what you're getting out of it. So you can stay in the lower RPMs, and the bike's not jerking you around and yanking you all over the place or anything like that. Or you can take it up and, you know, really have some fun with it. So between it being something that most people that are learning to ride can flat foot on, and having the slipper clutch in the 2020 and newer models, you know, just it being a good sized bike, a good displacement, all that kind of stuff, I really feel like that's one of the big things I really like about this motorcycle. And people that don't ride motorcycles have had a chance to try this bike out with me, and they all have felt like it feels very natural, the seating position, and when they've taken it around, they've been able to kind of get used to the clutch pretty easily and all that good stuff. So yep, reason number 2 is the Rebel 500, in my opinion, is relatively easy to learn on, and I personally found that it was easy to learn on. Reason number 3 why I like the Honda Rebel 500 is due to its speed and its maneuverability. So let me get into that a little bit, because if you've watched my 3 things I dislike about the Honda Rebel 500, which is linked on up here as I go over those bumps, man, this road is really wet. Whew, moist. In my dislikes video, I do mention that one of the dislikes I have about the Rebel 500 is higher up in the RPMs, I feel like there is a little bit of the power lacking. That's just because when you're on the highway and you really get on it, there is a limit. And sometimes it would be nice to have a little bit more of that power. However, for every other application, I feel like this bike's power is really great. Again, I don't think this is solely a beginner bike. I think Honda really did a great job at bridging the gap between a beginner bike and a motorcycle that is freaking awesome, a ton of fun, something that I don't get bored on at all, even after riding it for multiple riding seasons, and that I see other people riding who have been riding for a long time. You know, there's a lot of people on the channel here that have been riding for a very long time and are really enjoying the Rebel 500. When I'm riding with friends, we'll have some fun, a little bit of shenanigans, and I'm usually able to at least keep up with them. Sometimes they beat me, sometimes I beat them. I really do feel like the Rebel 500 does a great job. I mean, I've never had any issues when I've been riding the twisties, doing some cornering. There's a lot of capability, and there's really no point until I get into that, you know, rolling on the highway at 80 miles an hour, where I feel like this bike lacks power. I really like the maneuverability of the Rebel 500 as well, because it's classified as a cruiser, but I really feel like, and I've talked about this in other videos, that it handles a little bit more towards the naked bike or sport bike type class. You know, you've got the mid controls. I feel like the stance is a little bit more tucked in and aggressive, and the lean angle is huge. I've taken this bike around some pretty sharp corners before fairly quickly and never once scraped pegs. I really do feel like you can just totally flick it around. It's such a maneuverable bike, and it feels the opposite of what you would think a traditional cruiser would feel like. It feels a lot more, like I said, like a naked bike, or, you know, some other type of motorcycle. And so you kind of have that cool cruiser look, but you get a little bit more of that maneuverability. And I just think that's freaking awesome about this bike. It checks so many boxes, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have many other things that I like about the Rebel 500, but boiling it down to 3 things, you know, was pretty tough. So to do a little bit of a recap, the 3 things that I absolutely love about my Rebel 500 are the comfort and the aesthetics, or the design, the look of the motorcycle, how easy I felt like it was for me to learn on, and then the power or speed slash maneuverability. Let me know what you guys think about the Rebel 500. Let me know what you think about these 3 different items. Like I said, I mean, there's just so much I could talk about this bike that I can't really boil it down to just one video. But at the end of the day, it's really awesome. I really enjoy riding it and have a lot of great things to say about it. So like I said, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on my specific things. Let me know what other things you like about the bike. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off there, but thank you all for stopping on by. Like I said, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your thoughts down below. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate the support of the channel. And this is the Evergreen Motovlogs channel, reminding y'all to ride safe out there, mind your surroundings, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!